Hello, in this video, we're going to take a look at how you can select an accounting package for your nonprofit. The video is aimed at smaller to mid-sized nonprofits. So with that, let's dive into it. Let's look at some of the functions that are required for nonprofit accounting. So here we've got a blank slate. So let's take an expense. Let's say the expense is salaries. Pretty much everyone has that bucket. Now, nonprofit accounting requires us to track expenses by type, and the types are administration, fundraising, and program. Now, within program, you might have more than one program. Most, in fact, do have multiple programs. So let's call them program 1 for P1, P2, P3, P4, and so on. You'll have many programs. Additionally, there are people who give you grants, and we want to track grants. So on the left here, we'll track grants, and then we might have grant 1, grant 2, grant 3, and grant 4, and of course, many more. Now, when that expense is booked, you might book that to either admin or fundraising or a specific program or to one of them or some mixture of them. So these salaries are booked to admin, pricing, program, etc. So we know where that expense is tracked. But we also need to track which grant it is associated with. So we track that with the grant number here. Now, a program, let's say P1, might be funded by grant 1 and grant 3. Now, program 2 might be funded by just grant 4, and program 3 and 4 might be supported by all 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that we'll need to do reporting by type, 1, 2, 3, or by program, and by grant. So that's a minimum requirement for an accounting system that you select. Can it provide this level of tracking? That's a question you need to ask. Then there are other factors to consider as to whether a grant is conditional, unconditional, restricted, or unrestricted, and how you account for that. That's a complex topic. It's covered in other videos. And so with that, let's take a look at some of the common software that's out there. So some of the common software out there includes QuickBooks Online, Applause, Wave, Xero, Zoho, Fundeasy, Nonprofit Plus, MoneyMinder, and Sage Intacct. And there are others, but these are the common ones that come up. Now, rather than research all of this, we put together a table for you that should help you think about which ones you want to research. So look at QuickBooks Online. It has partial fund accounting, and you can build a custom process to support it. Donation tracking, limited grant tracking, and the price is $75 per month. Now you really need to take a look at that pricing because the pricing often is listed at the lowest level. So if you need this level of functionality, you might need to move up the tier. And so it says it's best for nonprofits familiar with QuickBooks. So if you look down the right and figure out where your nonprofit falls, is it small to mid-sized? Is it very small? Is it for modern users with light nonprofit needs, small organizations needing integration, growing nonprofits with complex needs, etc.? Once you've identified that, you can flip over to the left and see which software meets your requirements. And then you can go and research that software to see pricing, functionality, and decide what's the right fit for you. So whatever solution you build, you need to think about your chart of accounts and the processes you're going to follow to make this happen, which is all covered in separate videos. So in closing, I would say, make sure you understand how complex your nonprofit is, how many grants you're going to get. Are there many or are there a few grantors? And how many programs you're running, and what kind of reporting is required to support your nonprofit. And this list should get you going to select the application that's most suitable for your nonprofit. Please go ahead and comment below with your questions or comments, or if you found something that works really well, please chime in so we can share this with others. Thank you so much for watching.